You know, I've observed both in myself and in others that hurt people don't tend to just stay hurt. Nor do we, press into healing. But instead we get more hurt. We tend to let our offense or our hurt turn into anger, resentment, bitterness, and then sometimes all the way on to hatred. And we tend to become isolated, we tend to become self-seeking, and we tend to be very self-contained.
A natural example of this is the two seas in Israel mentioned in the Bible. The Sea of Galilee freely receives and gives out water. It has an abundance of life, nurturing many different kinds of fish and plant life. The water of the Sea of Galilee is carried by way of the Jordan River to the Dead Sea. But the Dead Sea only takes water in and does not give it out. There are no living plants or fish in it. The Dead Sea is salty, literally. We can be similar. Offences can leave us irritated, angry and resentful. The living waters from the Sea of Galilee become dead when mixed with the hoarded waters of the Dead Sea. As Manifest put it, hurt people hurt people. Offended people offend people. Jesus said that God would place his Spirit within us, that would flow from him through us like rivers of living water. This raises a challenging question for us. What will we do with this river within? Let me say it another way. Do we want to be puddles or pipelines? You see, we're often happy to be recipients of the river. We'll take everything that God's offering, happy for God to pour into us, but it ain't pouring out. So it just puddles on the inside of us, and still waters go stagnant. And a place that should be a fountain of life, flowing with rivers of living water, become a place of death. We want the forgiveness of God, but we don't want to give it. We want the forgiveness to flow in, but we won't let it flow out. Those still waters go stagnant and life turns to death. We want the generosity of God, we're happy to receive it, but we don't want it to flow out of our lives. So we see need all around us, but we don't put our hand in our pocket to meet it. Are you not done with death and ready to be a river of life? This requires us to get our eyes off ourselves and our petty stuff and look around and start dispensing some of what we have already been so generously and freely given.
Where is the river? The river is in you. Guys, if you were impacted by this video, this talk is one in a series of talks. To watch the talk in full or watch other talks in this series, click here or check out shannonchristians.ie.